Hey y'all, welcome in. If you are new or just passing through to my channel, welcome. My name is Tam. I'm also known as the Enlightened Auntie, and if you're returning, welcome back, squad. I am here today to do another general collective reading. We're not sign specific here, we're also gender fluid. I may say you and I'm talking to them. I may say them and I'm talking to you. Take whatever's yours, leave the rest behind, and if you would like to book a reading more aligned with your own story, all of my information is below in the description box. I invite you to join me for a session. My books are always open. All right, y'all. I hope everybody is doing good and feeling good. Damn. I'm like, I just decided to just throw cards, and I meditated over. Oh, shit. Well, I'm like, damn, I didn't get very far, and the witchy woman just jumped right. A witchy woman and her little friends just jumped. They all jumped out together. They all jumped out together. All right, so let's talk about it. This is the second time I've started this video because the energy was starting to feel a little weird as I started getting into the story. I was bombarded with a bunch of like imagery, and like on one side I see all the images, and on the other side I'm hearing the chatter of like, talk about this, talk about that, don't forget to mention this, don't forget to mention that. It's a lot. All right. All right, so look, the current energy right now, it looks like this feels like you. And normally, you know, when I see the Five of Wands, we talk about conflict and, competition and disagreements and fighting or whatever. What I find really interesting is that it feels like somebody's, we'll say, the way I heard it was somebody's magic is losing steam. Yes, someone's magic is losing steam. Now, the very first things that I said in the last video, I only got in like 5 minutes, but I said that the past and the future kind of looks like fuck around and find out, and that's literally what this is. So collective, I feel like you have, I don't know what you got going on. I don't know what you got going on. But you might have, I might be talking to somebody here with a public platform. You might be on the World Wide Web. Okay. You don't have to be, but there's potential. I might be talking. If you have a platform, I might be talking to you. What I find interesting is that you have somebody who has, I feel like they have attempted to wrangle a group of people to come up against you, right? Remember what I just said, their magic is like losing steam. The thing is that all the people that they may have tried to bring against you are, I don't think that they're against you. I wish I could explain this better. Okay, I don't think that they're like against you per se. That's not to say they didn't start off that way. But in the current energy, it doesn't appear to be working. What it looks like is people are watching how, especially if you have a public platform. Because I'm looking at this card, and I feel like you are the center person, and the other people that are involved they're on the outer rim, but they're watching you. But the looks on their faces as they're watching you accomplish your goals, as they watch you, like, I get the impression that you're, for lack of a better word, like you are kind of a magical being. And when I say magical being, I don't necessarily mean, like, yes, you could be, a master manifester and all that and create shit out of dust. I don't mean it like that. But there's something about you that is very captivating about your personality, your ideas. You could be a creative, and if you are creative, you have brilliant ideas. Like, you think of these things and they literally come from dust, right? I feel like these people are watching you in admiration, like go after the things that you want and to achieve the goals that you've kind of set for yourself. But you do have somebody on the outside who has been trying to wrangle folks, I feel, to come against you. But I definitely feel like these folks, they may have initially started off that way, but now I feel like they're viewing you from a space of admiration, actually. Which is kind of funny because I never look at the Five of Wands that way, but I'm looking at the imagery on this card and I'm like, they're not actually coming up against this guy who's going for his. Like, he's going for that wand. He's making something happen. And the people are watching, but they're watching. I'm saying all their faces look very positive. They're smiling like, wow, look at him go, you know? I feel like the people are looking at you with admiration. It's like, you have a sense, it's like you have, like, there's a sense of bravery that maybe these people don't believe that they have. Because, that's the one thing that really prevents people from moving forward and doing things. It's usually fear of failure. And that's largely your ego, most times. And I always encourage it, do it scared. Like, I would never have created a website, launched a booking platform, created, a tarot deck, or create oracle decks, publish them, and sell them. I would have never done that had I not done it scared to death. Like, I was terrified. Because while it excited me to create them and produce them, I didn't know how my creations, I didn't know how they would be received by the public. I didn't know if people would like them, would they resonate with them, would they, like, I don't know. And it was really scary for me. And even though I'm not selling my cards anymore, for me, that was still a huge accomplishment because I never in a million years thought that, as a collector, that's part of the reason why I have so many decks. I collect them. Yes, I use them. I don't use all of them, but I do collect them. And I realized the connection between me creating a deck and me collecting a deck and the style and my style of reading. I realized that I don't have to use the traditional imagery for the cards because I can create the images as an artist. I can create the images that align with the way that the energy that I view in that particular card. So that process for me was, it was fun, but I was scared because I didn't know if people would receive my work with the same excitement that I had in creating it, And I feel like whatever you're doing or whatever you're going after, whatever the goal is, whatever you got your eye on, while there is someone here, I do feel like, and I've said it in other readings, like, your obstacles and blockages are being removed. So I don't want you, especially when I just talked about it, I was like, the next several new moons are all going to be at 28 degrees. Use this time to wrap up these cycles, these karmic cycles that are meant to keep you small, and just charge forward. Now is the time. So even though you may feel like you have people that are against what it is that you're trying to accomplish, I want to assure you that while, yes, originally they may have come together to compete against you, but now it looks very much like these people are in admiration of your drive. That shit's impeccable. Now, in the recent past, I do believe that you had somebody here doing some kind of manipulation, bending of the truth. But going into the future, they're going to find, this is definitely fuck around, find out. They're going to realize that the that there's no forward movement, especially if they've wrangled these people together. Like, the folks are not, they're not here for it, okay? Now, in the environment, like I said, you may have a public platform, and you definitely have somebody who's kind of stalking you quite heavily. Quite heavily. Now, the interesting energy, the way that it's looking, whoever this person is, and I'm not sure because I have four people out here. They're all in distorted energy. All of these people could be watching you. And I feel like they're people that you must not be dealing with, because they're what they actually see of you. Because I definitely see somebody here has been lying about you. They didn't think, this feels like somebody didn't think that their lies would be exposed, or they didn't think that they would have to like figure out how to manage the lie that they told versus the reality of what people can see. Because, and this is why I'm saying, there are people here that are actually admiring you for whatever it is that you do, because what people can see is you may not be dealing with this person, but you appear to be very generous with others. Like, you're very, I heard you're a ray of sunshine. So you're very giving. You're very generous. You know, you give. It's like you're pouring from the overflow of your own cup. You know, you're not missing out on anything, but you give what you can in terms of time, energy, effort, resources, whatever, right? That's what people can see. From right to left, because I normally read from left to right, but going from right to left, this almost feels like, I mean, it does give me like I do have a mothering energy out here, so absolutely, this heifer keep coming out. So it could be your mother, your grandmother, your aunt, your sister, sister-in-law, mother-in-law, daughter, daughter-in-law, whoever. But it's a female. All of the distorted, I will say this, all the distorted energy out here is feminine. So take that how it resonates. I want to say this person is like really tripping, because this also feels very much like somebody who's like pocket watching. Because they see that you're generous with other people. There's something going on in their life that they did not make provisions for. So this feels like making a decision it's like somebody here is making a decision to stay in a certain situation, but it's something based on a lie. It's something based on a lie. And then we have somebody, okay. Remember when I said I felt it kind of felt like the magic is losing its momentum or something. So the other thing is, I do feel like there's somebody here who's been trying to, I don't know. I'm like, I keep doing this because it feels like this projection of energy, but they want you to be, it's like this is an energy of somebody wanting you to be afraid. This is projection. It's because they are afraid. This feels very much like they're watching you. You could be on social media. If you don't have social media, they're definitely looking into your life like researching, looking into your life. Because up here, it definitely looks like here you are minding your business. You're very grounded. You're very, I feel like you have a very healing energy. You give to other people. You're very generous with your time and energy, but you are very closed off to another person or another experience. There is something definitely where you can visibly see it, like you're very closed off in one area of your life, but on this other side, you're like wide open, So you do have people here that are a little bit upset about that. They're very upset about it because this person, whoever this is, they've been playing some kind of strategic game. Like you're playing chess, they're playing checkers type thing. Okay. I have an energy of a feminine. This is a feminine energy. It could be, now I'm telling you, this could be one woman or this could be like four women. Four women and a younger man. Younger male presenting person. Two younger male presenting people. Okay. Or it could literally be like one younger man and one woman, older woman. Take it how it fits, right? This feels a little bit like somebody trying to come towards you strategically, trying to pass themselves off as... Now here's the part that I want you to pay attention to. Because this energy that wants to come towards you, it's kind of like, and I'm telling you, they're in distorted energy. So this bitch speak with a forked tongue. I don't care. Like, I don't have cards out here that say that specifically, but if you're coming out here with all this distorted energy and you trying to offer me a cup, I'ma feel like that cup is filled with poison. So I'm probably not going to take it. You know what I'm saying? Just putting it out there. But this feels like an energy of somebody trying to approach you and like maybe smooth talk you with, like, trying to get you triggered some kind of way emotionally. Play on your emotions. That's what I heard. Play on your emotions. But it's a lie. I do need you to know that because there's dishonesty up here. There is dishonesty. There is dishonesty, and I do believe that the person that's coming to you, wanting to present you with a cup, I do believe that is insincere. It's an insincere expression. It's kind of like, how can somebody give you love when they don't even have the capacity to love themselves? This person is not tapped into self-love. I don't even think they know what that is. And I am looking at somebody here who wants to come towards you, but there is a need here because this woman is transactional. She doesn't do anything unless you're doing something for her. She does something for you, she's going to expect something in return. And this would be my mothering energy. You know what it feels like? It's like the mother who was a shit mother, because she's down here too. It's like a mother who, piss poor mother. Like she didn't nurture. She wasn't loving. She wasn't very motivating, encouraging. She didn't help build you up or anything. She did the bare minimum. She kept a roof over your head. She put food on the table and put some clothes on your back and thought her obligation ended there. Right? But this almost feels like this same woman coming into your life, coming back into your life or trying to come into your life, right? And wanting to be the priority. They want to be the priority in your life. But if you were never actually a priority in their life, it's almost like they would want you to set aside anything that you have going on. Because this feels like they want this attention. They want all the attention. They want all the attention. They want you to be in a space like this gives me, I don't care what you have going on. I don't care, like legit. I don't care what you have going on. I put a roof over your head and food on your, and food in your belly and clothes on your back, for 18 years, and I demand. I'm telling you, that's just what this looks like. That's what it looks like to me. Yeah, no. I'm like, yeah, no. And the crazy part about it is, she might be in a position where she's having a hard time staying grounded. I definitely see where she's not happy with whatever she's going through right now. And I think she's even less happy to know that you're actually doing well without her. And I think the part that's triggering for her, or whoever this, like I said, it could be a bunch of people or one person. But the thing that is triggering for them is the fact that you appear to be very generous to others and not them. That's the part that's really fucking their head up. That's what's bothering them right now. Wow. So somebody is really upset about, like, maybe somebody has to start over. I don't really know what their financial situation is, but even if if this is about having to, okay, because I see this two different ways. If this has anything to do with you specifically, if this is what we're talking about, your relationship dynamic with this person, I think what they're worried about or what they're upset about is like the amount of work. I've said this before when I think I was using an Oracle deck at the time. But part of this person's issue is they're worried about how much effort they would have to put in order to be in a connection with you. That's crazy. That's crazy. Why wouldn't you put in effort for connections? I think that's what it is. Like, I want to say this person probably doesn't value or didn't find value in their connection to you previously. Because I'm like, why would that bother somebody? Having to put in work and dedication and time. Like, why would that bother somebody? Why would that upset them? Why would they fear that? Well, if they don't actually value you, knowing that they actually have to take the time to put in effort, yeah, I can see where that would be a problem. Part of this person's blockage is they refuse to let this relationship go. They're holding on to your energy and they refuse to let you go. They don't like being on the outside, but again, they don't like being on the outside, but they don't actually like, I want to say they don't even, because they don't want to put the effort in. This is making me mad. I'm like, this is making me mad. They don't want to put the effort in. So yeah, if you're on the outside, you're out there because at one point you made me feel that way. So if you want to get back in, there's a $500 unblocking fee. I mean, I say that lightly, but I'm not joking. I'm not joking. If I blocked you, there is a $500 unblocking fee. If you want access to me, you want to pay for it. Otherwise, you're only going to get this kind of access, which you see on YouTube or any of my socials. That's free. You don't get no closer than that. And honestly, this person, the biggest blockage for them, I feel like if they released it, because you've already let it go. So if they released it, and this is for anybody, cross watchers included, when you release things and people and situations and habits and things that do not actually serve you, that are not actually in alignment, you open yourself up for the things and people and the situations that actually are. So it's always going to be beneficial to let go of the things that don't fit. Part of their blockage forward is the fact that they won't just let this thing go. They so sad about being on the outside. You ain't supposed to be a part of it. You're not meant to be on the inside. You don't want to put in any effort. You don't want to put in any work. You don't want to follow the directions. The crazy part about this, I think the thing that this person is failing to see is that it's like they refuse to see that this thing is already over. This thing is already over. And I feel like this person hasn't, I don't know, it's like kind of like they haven't come to terms with it. And I also feel like it's partially the way that they moved, behaved, and communicated with you. It's like all of that is taken into consideration in this situation. This person hasn't yet, it's like they're not really willing to see it from your point of view either. Damn. The lesson. The Tower and the Ten of Swords. Baby, you gotta be ready for change. And things will come apart. That's been a big theme in the last few readings about the sustainability of certain things that have a real faulty foundation. And remember, I said their biggest fear and concern is the fact that they actually, in order to be a part of your life, they had to show up. They had to put in the work. They had to put in the time. They had to put in the dedication. They had to cross the T's and dot the I's. And this person literally does. I don't think they ever showed up for you that way. For this to be in the fears section, this tells me that they never showed up in that way, ever. For that to be a fear. For that to be a fear means they never gave of themselves in that way ever in this relationship. And so as a result, things change. No solid foundation. That means when you make little funky ass decisions to move the way you move, well, you know what? I moved the way that I moved. Oh. I'm also getting energy too. I don't know what. Okay, I'm going to clarify, but I'm also kind of getting the energy of this Ten of Swords with this Tower. It also gives me the impression that there's a change, there's a shift in the dynamic with the people, the other people that they also were dealing with. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yep, look at that. So basically, this person is not happy because their effort to try to control these other people, to try to control you, it's not working. And I feel like if these people, because remember when I said in the beginning, it felt like they were trying to wrangle a group of people to come up against you, but the people that they wrangled against you are now admiring you. They're now admiring you. And so what people are also seeing, or what they were trying, and I do feel like this person, what they were trying to do was they were trying to, this is somebody here who, like, this person may have been, like I said, now I have masculine and feminine energy out here, but so it literally could be anybody. This feels like somebody who maybe folks generally trusted them. Like, I don't know who this person is. Like, if this is a maternal figure, this is somebody that folks would normally go to for, advice because they think that this person knows whatever, right? But the energy comes across as someone who misuses their position in people's lives in order to manipulate and control them. Okay, and they do it in a way where it is kind of covert, because they do it in a way where folks are just very unsuspecting, right? They just trust this person when in actuality they are not necessarily fit to lead people. Now, you could be an old fool, because I know a lot of old fools, people who are just old but don't really have the wisdom to lead and guide anybody. This person here may have attempted to guide a bunch of other people to come up against you, or to just, whatever. And that's not really, they got the attention. It's kind of like they have the attention of the people that they wrangle, but now the people they're actually paying attention to whatever it is that you're doing. And folks can actually see that this person's not actually fit to lead anyone anywhere. All right. I don't normally use the same deck to clarify, but I'm going to keep going. Now, this card came out sideways. Yeah, and even though I didn't have any cards that were like literally supported, but I said you may have started something, you may have had a good idea, or you just decided to do something different, right? And this person literally wrangled all these other folks to come up against you. Yeah. Here's the truth, though. Somebody is worried about the truth coming out. Or there may have been some type of there could be a legal situation that this person is dealing with. And they're worried. This is something that definitely keeps people... This is something that keeps somebody up at night. They're worried about some truth coming out. Or there's some type of legal situation that they're dealing with. And they're definitely worried about it. Okay, that's what that fuck around find out was. Okay, remember when I said this a couple readings ago? I'm like, you left just in time, because if you had stayed around any longer, whatever this person is going through, you would have gotten swept up in it in some kind of way. Because I do see in the near future, like, there's somebody definitely walking away for good. Like, you're not going to be, I feel like this is you. I definitely feel like you're not going to be dealing with this person or this situation anymore. after this. Oh. So okay. I got a lot of I have at least 2 practitioners out here and a gang of distorted ass feminine energy. So we could be talking like a witch and a coven. I don't know. I don't like those words. Witch I'm okay with. Coven not so much. I think this because I'm a solitary practitioner. So I'm like I don't work well with others. Not in that not in those terms. I don't need to collaborate with other people for my shit to work. That's crazy that you had this many people coming up against you. Like you must be very powerful because when you got way more than just one person like targeting you, that shit is crazy. That shit is crazy. So now it looks like I said, you have people that are watching you, definitely stalking you. And the thing is that I do feel like they may have also paid a practitioner. They may have a practitioner watching you. This kind of feels like an energy of somebody wanting you to like lose your stability, lose your home, lose your resources. Like somebody may have done work to like, I don't know, cause you to lose income. I said it, they're playing checkers and you're playing chess. You're listening to your intuition. You've been listening to your intuition. There's somebody here who doesn't want you to speak. Okay, so this kind of feels like it's weird because it feels like someone trying to it's like wanting to bind your throat because they don't want you to speak the truth, but then also clouding your memory so that you can't like remember certain details or whatever. It's like almost to make you, it's like to gaslight yourself, to make you second guess like the way that you remember things. Oh, this is a lot. They don't want you to speak on what you know or what you remember. They want you bound. Maybe, this person is worried. You know what it is? Yeah, it's like the energy feels like, could be like juju, I don't know, but it's like to make you, it's like they don't want you to speak the truth, but they also don't want you to remember it the way that you remember it. That's interesting because I've never had that come out in a reading, but that's loud right here. And the thing is that you may be highly intuitive. So if there is something that they made like they deliberately lied about something, they're worried about you intuitively bringing it out. Does that make sense? I hope I'm communicating that properly, because that's what it feels like. It's like they deliberately took action to do something, but they lied about it, right? But then you may have, like I said, intuitively pulled that energy or information up. Like you could be a spiritualist. You don't have to be, but just everybody, like I said, everybody has intuition. How people use it is different. But you may have intuitively picked that up and knew that whatever this was a lie. they want to keep you bound because they're worried about their own binding. Remember, I said over here, there could be a legal situation that somebody is worried about. So, right in the foreground, what's happening, what's happening in the environment is there's a strong possibility that somebody may end up incarcerated based on this decision that they took. Something in the past. They're afraid about something resurfacing from the past. Back-to-back cards about the past. Here's the truth. Here's you communicating the truth. You got these boundaries up. And they were trying to win at all costs, but that's not actually what's happening. Okay. I feel like this is something here. This may have something to do with a large sum of money, because it feels very much like someone trying to hold on to some kind of generational wealth. A home could be involved. This mother figure is very selfish. Very selfish. Where you are generous with your effort, time, and energy, she is not. She is not very generous at all. She's somebody, it's like somebody who has a lot. Okay. So the example that I'm getting is like, it's somebody who they already have enough. We'll just say enough. We'll use the word enough. They already have enough. But they live in a mindset of poverty consciousness to such a degree that we'll say, okay, I'll give a hypothetical example. Say, for example, you are somebody who lives within your means. Like, you're not balling out of control, but you have what you need. You earn enough money, or you have enough income coming in that, your bills are covered. You got a little spending money or whatever, but all your needs are taken care of. Your bills are paid. You got food on the table. You got a roof over your head, right? But then you have this other person who perceives your life to be bigger than what it is. I don't know. They perceive your life to be like bigger, more extravagant than what it actually is. While, like, we'll say hypothetically, say all of your bills are paid for the month and you've got groceries and everything. You got $500 in the bank and you're like, cool, I got $500 in the bank. You know what I mean? Like, you're cool. You're like, I'm good with that. Like, I'm good with that. Like, I'm good with that until my next payday, right? This person will say they have like $3,500 in the bank and all of their bills are paid or whatever. But because they perceive your life to be so much bigger, so much more than, and you got your $500 and you're good with your $500, you're like, I'm Gucci. All my bills are paid. I'm straight. I'm not even tripping, right? Because this person perceives your life to be like, even if you were in a position of need, this person, even though they have it, would never actually offer to assist or help you, but instead be jealous of what they perceive you to have. I hope that makes sense. I hope I'm painting a picture here, because this person, it feels very much like this person already has enough. They got enough. They have what they need. Hell, they got more than you, actually. But it's not enough for them to have more than you. They want to have yours too. Does that make sense? That's kind of, they want yours too. This bitch is just greedy. Whoever she is, she just greedy as hell. But she did something in the past that she's worried about coming out, because it's coming out. And I feel like maybe what this is, it does feel like maybe it's all of the people that they tried to recruit against you. Now because they're admiring you, it's not just you that's walking away from them in the future. It is everybody. It is everybody. Because if you're honest about this situation, if you're honest about it, being honest with yourself, you don't actually have any fond memories of your interactions with this person or people. And if you intuitively understand that there's somebody here, this is a mothering energy. She feels entitled. This is entitlement. It's almost like she feels entitled to be included in what you deem as your happiness. And then, okay, I think I used this example earlier. It's like, you owe me. So if this is a parental figure, I know this ain't going to apply for everybody, but like, I'm just using these examples because I'm looking at the cards. I'm looking at the faces and the actions and things that are happening in these cards. So it's kind of like if you have a parental figure who, kids don't ask. I said this yesterday, like, we didn't ask to be born. And your obligation goes beyond 18 years. They're going to be your kids forever, right? But this is the energy of somebody who's like, I foot the bill from birth to 18. Now you owe me. Now you owe me. So because my life was miserable and I didn't lead my life the way I didn't get to live the life that I wanted to live because of you. Now you don't get to live the life that you want to live because you owe me. That's what the hell this looks like. Bitch, you got me all fucked up. That's all I gotta say about that. You got me all fucked up. That's what this looks like. It very much looks like somebody who feels entitled to, like, the things that the life that you've created for yourself, the happiness that you created for yourself, the level of security that you and groundedness that you provided for yourself, that this person did not do anything for. This person truly believes that they're entitled to whatever is yours because they didn't make good decisions and they didn't choose themselves. They don't have any self-love, or they don't have people around them that genuinely love them. Is because this person doesn't actually take the time. Because I feel like if they did this with you, then this is the way they are with everyone. This person's biggest fear is the fact that they would actually have to put in the time and effort and energy to build a solid foundation with you. They never actually did that with you to begin with. They never did that. So if that's their biggest concern, that just tells me that in all of the relationships that they get involved, they're all very surface level. They're all surface level relationships. And even if, like I said, even this person lives in the kind of poverty consciousness where even if they felt like I said, this person could have $3,500 in the bank, $3,000 in the bank, and you got $500, right? But because you're happy and you're not even really tripping, like that's mind-boggling for this person. I mean, they are pocket watching you. They're pocket watching you. But this person feels very much like they have been in a position where they could have helped you or been generous to you, not even finances, just the effort and energy, but they didn't. So because they held back, you were never able to actually ground the relationship and establish a baseline with this person. And I also can kind of see too, this may have also been somebody who, like, they weren't very generous with you, but they were generous with other people in ways that they were never generous with you. You are not here for, baby. I love it. Those boundaries are up. You're like, yeah, no. And then not only are they worried about the amount of work that they would have to put in order to be a part of your life, they're also worried about rejection. They're worried that even if they came towards you, you'd be like, hell no, fuck off. Yeah, that would be my response. The funny thing about it is the blockage is that, I mean, one, I don't think you are even entertaining. Like I said, they need to like drop this whole thing and just like walk away, let you go, leave it, right? Yeah, they need to leave it, because I feel like you've chosen, like, instead of, like, you're no longer in a place, like maybe in the past you felt really bad about, like, why does this relationship have to be this way? Like, why do we have to be this way with each other? Why do you have to be this way with me, right? But I feel like you made an executive decision to move past that disappointment and create stability for yourself elsewhere. And I feel like, again, this is the same thing this person should do, is just drop it, let it go, instead of being, worried about like what happened, because the past is the past. Nobody's tripping off of the past. I mean, for the most part, I hope that, like I said, I read the comments, so I know some people still have a little bit of work to do, because there's still a lot of angry people in the comments. But once you move past, and I say this, and I'm not taking it lightly, just because the last several years of my life have been kind of nightmarish. And it hasn't been it's only been like maybe 5 years when things started like kind of coming together. But prior to that, oh, my life was a shit show. And I just had to stay very focused on what it was that I wanted, what the goal was, keep my eye on the goal. And even through all the adversity and the drama, this isn't to say that I don't go through shit, because I do. But even when I'm going through those things, I keep my eye on the prize. My eye is always set to the goal. Keep your eye on the goal. I don't care if it's like being a football player, and you're just charging ahead with the football in your arm, and your eye, my eyes are down. Like I'm looking down at the ground, because I'm checking the lines as I'm making my way to make that touchdown. I'm literally not even worried about any of the opponents coming towards me, because I know my team is like blocking them, and they're allowing me to break through. Like I can see myself charging ahead. I don't worry about the obstacles, because I know that the obstacles are there for a reason. Good or bad, I know that they're there for a reason. To either show me how strong I am in maneuvering around them, over them, above, around, below, because I will say this, a lot of the obstacles that this person has thrown at me, or even for you, y'all can comment it in the comments, because we're still here. You know what I'm saying? Even with all the obstacles that people have thrown our way, shit being thrown at us that has taken us, like, tried to take us off our game or whatever, it hasn't stopped us. Slowed us down maybe a little bit. Stop us? No. And for you, you decided, you know what? This is a lost cause. I'm not going to focus on this anymore. And you started just focusing on what kept you grounded and what keeps you stable. And that's where you keep your focus on the goal. And that part of that goal is staying grounded through it all. Oh shit, there's that Ace of Pentacles. Shows up every reading. And what they need to release is the truth about this Ace of Pentacles. So if they've been trying to hold something back from you, generational wealth, they want it out of your hands. If they've been holding back something, they gotta tell the truth and they gotta let it go. Look at that. Whatever the lesson for this person, you know what's crazy? Whoever this person is, I feel like I almost feel bad for them. I mean, not real bad, but I almost feel kind of bad for this person because whoever they are, they believe that they have to like lie. This person this is such a weird energy. Whoever this is somebody who does not know how to be their authentic self. That's really what it is. This person, all of their relationships and connections, even to you, like I said, I don't know who this person is. Could be a mother, could be a sister, could be an aunt, a grandmother, mother-in-law, sister-in-law, whoever. But whoever this individual is, or individuals, because like I said, there's a lot of distorted feminine energy out here. This person leads with illusions. And they may have a very distorted Mercury placement. Because this person is, because I have a lot of, and what they do is they lie to people. It's weird. This person, they lie to folks, but they do it, they do it in a way that they manipulate their way into these relationships with an emotional, like there's an emotional component to it. Like, so I don't know if this person, they do it in a but there's manipulation here. So they do it in a way, that's why I'm saying like there's word magic. Because what it does is it gets people to truly believe that they're in this relationship, like they're close. This is a bizarre energy. I've never actually seen this on the board before. But part of this person's lesson has largely been like they didn't have to do all of that to be in connection with people. Like, show up as who you are. Be yourself. You didn't have to, use manipulation and twist people's emotions all up just so they could be your friend or just for them to love you. Whoever this is, I feel like they've done this their whole lives. They wear a mask. They don't know how to show up authentically, and they felt like the best way forward was just to lie, to be strategic and play mind games with people. That's not it. That's not it. Crazy. Oh shit. Crazy. Here's the thing. This person, I feel like I don't know what this person's issue is, but I feel like this person just really wanted to be loved. This person wanted to be, I heard the word chosen. But when I say chosen, I don't mean like divinely chosen. I mean like, this is some Pick Misha shit right here. My mind is like, phew, I've never seen this on my board before. This is some Pick Misha ass shit if I've ever seen it. This is somebody who they don't know how to show up as their authentic self, so they lie. They use smoke and mirrors to gaslight people. Even when I feel like, even when people, like, when like I said, we all have intuition. I even feel like even when other people's intuition was like kind of firing off when shit didn't make sense, they would just gaslight the fuck out of them, and then they'd be like, oh, okay, right? This person, I feel like they have been waiting their whole life to be celebrated, to feel loved, to be chosen, right? But again, the biggest thing is this person never came in their authentic self. They never show up as who they are. So it makes it difficult. I mean, I think people gravitated towards this person, but I feel like it was all like for the wrong reasons. Because I also get the energy that this person likes to feel needed too. So they may have also positioned themselves in a way to make the people that they surround themselves with, to make those people feel like they needed them. I don't never want nobody to feel like they need me that way. I'm dead ass. I don't want anybody to feel like that about me. I just don't. I want you to feel like you have all that taken care of for yourself. Don't need me like that. Because that shit's codependent. And literally, that was really part of all of this thing. Like, this person, they feel like they need the attention of others in order to feel whole. This person isn't, and they've never really been able to, because this kind of gives me the impression that this person has never really been able. That's why this freaks them out. They're frightened. Remember when I said they're frightened by the prospect of having to put in a lot of effort and energy into the connection with you, because this person has never actually been committed in a relationship before, ever. They don't know how to commit on that level. So while they're down here wanting to be chosen while they wear a mask and lie to people, this person just wants to be loved. They just want to be loved and celebrated and picked. Like I said, this is some pick-me-sha shit right here, because they just want to be picked. They want to be chosen. They want people to, so, okay, to bring it back to how it relates to you, collective, like, even, I don't know who this person is, but they would, in a perfect world for this person, everybody would choose them. Everybody would choose them, celebrate them, love on them. But they don't know how to do that for other people. This is a selfish bitch. God damn. This bitch is selfish. She's selfish. And so whatever, I said it before. Look, I went from the bottom of the deck. I read from top to the bottom, but I read from bottom to top, and I'm like, oh damn. So basically, in the absence of this person, you've probably done all the work that you needed to do in order to heal. So you're not even, like, I don't think you're fixated on this. You're not tripping. Yes. Okay, remember, and I said it before I even saw it in these cards. The people that they may have wrangled together to work with them against you, I think all of these people may have stopped dealing with this person, or getting ready to stop dealing with, because their efforts, it kind of looks like their efforts have been for naught. They're unsuccessful. Everything that they've tried to do against you, especially if they paid, invested money and effort into this, none of it has worked. It was a poor investment of energy and effort, and it was unsuccessful, especially if they were trying to create a burdensome scenario for you of some kind. Because like I said, you're very protected. You're very, yes, you are very, your work, all that, very protected. Protected. And somebody here may be losing their shit, because I definitely see some, while you, like the cycle is closing out and you're done, somebody is out of balance because you've made your choice. You know what makes you happy and you're like sticking to it. It's like, this feels like somebody who knows, like you, collective, you know what your 9 and 10 of cups looks like. Like you have a pretty good command of that. This person, however, does not. They do not. They obsess over, this feels like somebody who obsesses over wanting to be chosen, wanting to be loved, wanting to be celebrated, but they don't actually honor the relationships with the people that they're in terms of the way they show up, their presence, their commitment, their level of commitment to these relationships is damn near non-existent. I feel like this person kind of collects people along the way because they don't want to be alone. This person doesn't know how to like self-reflect and sit by themselves. They need other people around them so that they can feel superior. Meanwhile, under the surface, they're completely unhinged. Okay. Like, okay. Well, there's that. Alright, let's grab a stack of index cards. Where are we time-wise? And that was the whole tarot deck. One whole deck. Solid ass reading though. Yeah. We have somebody here that exhibits abusive patterns. Somebody projects their fears onto you in order to scare you. Archangel Zadkiel's out here for forgiveness, mercy, and benevolence. A father figure may be significant. Someone tries to convince people that you are crazy. They may claim that you have a drug addiction, or somebody here is dealing with a drug addiction. You're uninterested in a new start. You've been gifted since birth. Somebody's been doing candle magic. Someone is stuck in the past. Someone's trying to alienate or isolate you. Someone is now afraid to lose you. Somebody got a bright idea to try to affect your solar plexus chakra. Sagittarius may be involved. Someone says, I don't know how you do it. You are unbothered. The month of May may be significant. Could be dealing with a Taurus or a Gemini. Somebody's seeing things as they are but refuses to let go. Someone's immature and stuck in the past. Someone is emotionally imbalanced. They can't control their emotions. They don't want you to prosper. Somebody, there are legal matters or documents involved. Somebody suffering from anxiety. A Gemini could be involved. Someone says, I've always hated you because you're blessed. Someone's afraid of being exposed. All is not what it seems. Someone's experiencing bad luck, or they wanted you to experience bad luck. Sorry, not sorry. Archangel Michael is out here. We love it. Sage your home. Somebody out here knew the truth the whole time. They're a traitor. Could be this Gemini. Something is not your fault. Pay attention to the music downloads. Listen to the lyrics of the music you're listening to. Someone has regrets for what they've done or their participation. The month of June may be significant. Could be dealing with a Cancer or a Gemini. Gemini is out here 3 times. So there's that. Someone knows that you know the truth. Cousins or family friends may be involved. There's a soul contract. A spiteful woman. Someone's not a team player. Bottom of the deck, stolen inheritance. And there's that. Someone's checking your social media. If you have a question, the answer is no. Someone's in it for the long haul. Speak your truth. Someone has a hidden agenda. Shift your focus. Heal money issues. Trust. Results are coming. 1515. Someone may text you. Summertime may be significant. Fire ignited. On the horizon. Meditate. Ask more questions. Children may be involved. Someone returning to you, or someone with children may be returning to you with some honesty. Someone's lurking. Time to forgive. Soul journey. Let it go. 1919. 818. 1818. 1313. Be confident. 1111. If you have a question, maybe. Answer, maybe. More to come. Someone is envious. Pause before acting. Bottom of the deck is desires reconnection. Okay, we knew that though. Alright, let's look at these dates. I got January the 2nd out here twice. January the 3rd. January the 11th, 111. January the 12th, 121, 112. January the 15th. January the 18th and January the 19th. January 19th is out here twice. January 8th as well. Okay. February 1st. February the 3rd is out here twice. February the 7th. February the 11th. And then I have February 1st, 9th, 8th, 9th, 12th, and 18th. Okay, the month of March, I have March 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 6th, 7th, 11th, and 15th. March 15th is out here twice. I have no dates in April. I have no dates in May. But I had May out here. Or no, that was June for Cancer and Gemini. And then, did I have May out here? Yeah, May for Taurus and Gemini. So any date in any Taurus or Gemini, any date in the month of May. Okay, so June. I have June the 3rd out here twice. June the 7th. June the 13th. June the 15th. June the 15th. June the 22nd. June the 24th. I have July the 2nd. July 3rd is out here twice. July 6th is out here twice. July 13th, 15th, 24th. I have August the 1st, August the 2nd, August the 9th, August the 13th, August the 18th is out here twice, August the 19th, and August the 25th. September the 2nd, September the 8th, September the 13th, September the 18th is out here twice. I have no dates in October. I have November the 1st out here twice, November the 2nd, November the 3rd, November the 12th, November the 15th is out here twice, and November the 19th. And I have no dates in December. Alright. Let's get some dice. Alright, here's the sun. This is the North Node. And this is Venus. So the sun, North Node, and Venus. Venus is ruled by Libra and Taurus. The sun is ruled by Leo. We have North Node. I have Capricorn, Sagittarius, and Aquarius. I have the first house of self, which is normally Aries. Second house is Taurus. Fifth house is Leo. Okay. So I'm going to leave it there. If any parts of this reading resonated for you, gave you clarity, confirmation over your own story, give the video a thumbs up so we can circulate into the algorithm and get in front of the eyes and need to see us the most. If you'd like to book a personal more aligned with your own story, all of my information is below in the description box. I invite you to join me for a session. My books are always open. I appreciate all of you for being here. Thank you for all the likes, shares, subscribes, tips, donations, super thanks, all the new bookings. I appreciate the new bookings the most. I love meeting new clients and working with new people. So I appreciate all of y'all. Thank you so much. And thank you for supporting each other in these comments. Okay, it's a big deal because I know the stories sound crazy for the average person. I would strongly recommend that you probably don't share some of these stories with other people, just because you might sound like a crazy person talking to folks who aren't experiencing the same. All right, so that's just a little tip. Anywho, save it for the community, because I'm telling you, not everybody's gonna understand. I don't want you out there sounding like crazy people. Okay, so if you know, you know. All right, guys, I love you, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.